We have made it to a point where Sun and Moon isn't even days away. For me, it is only about 3 hours away from me, because I, myself, am going to the midnight release of Pokemon Sun and Moon. So I'm going to get this game in about 3 hours. It's 9:30 as I'm recording this. I'm going to get this at 12, so I'm really excited for that. Because once Sun and Moon gets here, that is it. All our speculation, everything, all our excitement will finally be satisfied. So I'm very excited to play it. But one of my most favorite parts about Pokemon, one of my favorite parts is assembling a team that is really powerful, that I really like. And so today I'm going to show you what my team is, because I was going to assemble a team anyway. I usually do that before I jump into a new game anyway. Other than X and Y, when I first played it, I just pretty much caught whatever I could find. So today, we're going to be going over the Pokemon that I thought I would definitely have on my team. So let's start off with our starter. Of course, you've been looking at him on the screen for quite a little bit. But yes, I'm picking Litten. I've always been Team Litten. I have a Litten plush right staring at me. I love Litten. And not just because, the color scheme or anything. I was just really drawn to it as soon as I saw it. The funny thing is that these are definitely one of my favorite batches of starters that we've gotten in a while. And at first, I did not like any of them. But now I really like them. And I'm really excited to pick Litten. In just 3 hours, I'm going to be picking Litten. I really like Litten. Such a cool Pokemon, such a cute Pokemon. Definitely my favorite first evolution of the Alola starters. So next off we have Grubbin. So this is another one that I didn't really think I was going to use, but I've grown to like Grubbin as a Pokemon recently. I've never really used electric types or bug types, so this is going to be something kind of new for me. I think one of the only bug types I used was just recently. I used the Masquerain just a couple months ago when I played Oraz for the third time. But I like bug types, and I really like electric types. I just never used them that much. I think I've only used like 4 or 5 electric types ever on a main series team. So I'm really excited to use Grubbin. Next up is Bounsweet. Now, when Bounsweet was first revealed, I was at work and I was looking at the trailer. My brother was there and we were both watching the trailer on our break. And as soon as I saw Bounsweet, I'm like, alright, that's cool, it's cute. It kind of reminds me of Cherim. But then the leaks came out, the fake leaks, not the real leaks. And it showcased some kind of dragon pepper named Pepperot. And I don't know the main leaker, I don't know anything. I just remember it was such a cool fan design that I saw that I wanted that to be real so bad. Unfortunately, it wasn't, but it also gave us a cooler design. There's not much to say about Steenie other than it's really cute and it's probably going to be a fan favorite. So let's just move on to the next slide. I don't have much to say about Steenie. It's cute, but let's move on. So by this point in the game, I'm expecting both Litten and Grubbin to evolve. And now I have Torracat and Chargebug, which are 2 really cool Pokemon that I'm excited to use. Next up is Togedemaru, and before you say it in the comments, I know I'm using a dual type. I'm using 2 electric types, which I use a lot. I do that a lot. I use 2 Pokemon of the same type a lot, but that doesn't really bother me. I'm still really liking Togedemaru, but the real reason why I'm using it, other than the fact that it's really cute, is because of its steel type. I didn't want to use 2 fire types, so I decided to use 2 electric types, if that makes any sense. But there are a lot of fairies in this game, a lot of fairy types. There are a ton of fairy types in this game. It pretty much seems to me that they just slapped on fairy for anything that could be fairy, like Mimikyu. But I still think that fairy type is awesome, so there's no way working around it. There are a lot of fairy types in this game. You need something to combat it since there's only 2 weaknesses, steel and poison, so steel type. but this one's still up in the air because I may not want 2 electric types, so I might use Lycanroc, which I really like. Rockruff and Lycanroc day form I would use, but right now I'm using Togedemaru because I don't want to have that much trouble going through all the fairy types in this game. Hopefully they can add some more type effectiveness towards the fairy type. Next up, we got 2 coming at you, Jangmo-o and Mimikyu. So Mimikyu is a really cool and unique Pokemon. I really like its backstory. If you don't know it, you really should look it up. Basically, it's this spirit that curses people. So for people to like it, it dresses up as Pikachu, which is a very popular Pokemon in the Pokemon world. So he dresses up as Pikachu so people like him and so that no one gets cursed. And I think that's a really cool design choice. It's a lonely Pokemon, and that's really awesome. It's also Ghost Fairy, which is a great typing. Jangmo-o is going to be really awesome. I usually use the pseudo type of each generation. I have used tons of pseudos in the past. I don't really know all of them, so don't quote me on this, but I have used Salamence. I don't know if he's a pseudo, but I'm pretty sure he is. I know Flygon's not a pseudo, but I have used him. So on, I've used the Dragonite. I don't even know if he's a pseudo. I'm not too familiar on pseudos if you haven't realized yet. But I usually use the dragon types and name them after planets. This time I'm not doing that. I'm naming it Oathkeeper because Komodo's, I feel like I've said this in a video before, but Komodo's description says that it fights, I just moved my microphone, my bad. Komodo's description says that it uses the light to fight the darkness, which is what is all about Kingdom Hearts, and I love Kingdom Hearts, so I'm going to name it after a Keyblade, probably Oathkeeper. That would be really awesome. Alright, now for the evolutions. We will get Serena and Incineroar. So, Serena is like really majestic. I really like its design, and it has like a cool description about how it like scolds its trainer if it's doing the wrong thing. So that's a really cool design choice. Incineroar is dope. Really excited to use Incineroar. That's pretty much all I gotta say for that. And now Jangmo-o evolves along with Charjabug. And now here is my final team. Before you go, let's go over some nicknames that I have. So I wanted to name a lot of my Pokemon after Lilo and Stitch characters. After all, Lilo and Stitch is my favorite Disney movie, and this is based off of Hawaii, so I try to do that for a lot of them. But there were some that I actually did name after Lilo and Stitch characters. So for Vikavolt, I named them Cobra after Cobra Bubbles. For Mimikyu, I named them Scrump after Lilo's doll. And I named Serena Nani. I still don't know what I'm going to name Togedemaru. There's a good chance that I could name it something from Lilo and Stitch, but I have to figure out what I could name it from Lilo and Stitch. Or I can just name it something stupid like Cuddles. But I usually name a lot of my electric types Twitch. Most likely going to name Incineroar Ryoma after a Fire Emblem character. I just thought it sounds cool. And then Komodo Oathkeeper. Alright, thanks for watching. See you guys later.